guys, hello and welcome to the Liberian TV network. We are still here at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, where today the regular price briefing is ongoing. If you are following us on any part of the world, I'm Princess Kelly Cover. You can like, share, and comment on our Facebook and YouTube channel. Keep posted as we bring you details, information in regards to major habits.
The biggest government event that took place in the country was the National Steering Committee meeting for the endorsement of the arrest agenda for inclusive development. The formulation of the arrest agenda for inclusive development, the AARD, and the 15 county development agendas started in April of this year. The process was officially launched by President Joseph Newman Boaka Sr. on May 23, 2024, during his first cabinet meeting. During the meeting, the President inaugurated 5 coordination committees to guide the planning process. On July 18, 2024, and during the first National Steering Committee meeting, the President launched the consultative process leading to the drafting of the AARD, the Public Sector Investment Program, PSRP, and the County Development Agendas, the CDA. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has been leading the process with the support of Suba Belek Associates and the African Development Management Associates. The consultative process has involved a wide range of stakeholders across government institutions, including the legislature and judiciary, development partners, civil society organizations, private sector actors, the youth, people with disabilities, and the diaspora. The consultations involved 136 districts, clustered in 44 assembly venues, 15 county deliberations, 11 budget sector engagement, an online survey for diaspora participation, and an inclusive consultation for people with disabilities to inform the preparation of the AARD. Following these consultations, the AARD and the CDA were drafted and shared with different stakeholders for input at various stages. The final draft of the AARD and the CDA have been validated by the various stakeholders, namely the ministries, agencies, and commission, the National Coordinating Committee, the NCC, and in the counties. On Thursday, November 28, 2024, the AARD was endorsed by the second top coordination body, the National Coordination Committee, the NCC. This culminated in the onward submission of the plan to the topmost coordination body, which is the National Steering Committee for consideration. So today, December 3, 2024, the National Steering Committee, chaired by His Excellency Joseph Newman Boaka, met and validated and endorsed the AARD and the County Development Plans in preparation for the upcoming launch in January 2024. January 2025, sorry, and for the implementation period beginning January of 2025. Here is the context. We had the Propo agenda for posterity and something. That was the development agenda for the last government. As a universally acceptable, every 5 years there will be a new development agenda. So the PAPD went for that period and beyond. So the new government had an obligation to develop its own development agenda. That agenda has been endorsed today. It will be launched in January And for the next 5 years, it will guide the government's programmatic intervention and development agenda. The new thing that was added today is the fact that for the first time, we now have county development agendas. Each of the 15 counties got their own development agenda. So while you have the national program with the AARD that will be executed, at the county level, there are county development agendas that will be executed during the same period. In our thinking, this will bring more development to all parts of the country rather than just looking at it from a national perspective. So that is the biggest thing that took place today. The government is also keen on things that are impacting the daily lives of the people. I know many of you are complaining to say, look, the US rate is dropping. But we see prices remaining the same. Gasoline is almost at $500, $600 and something dollars. Many of you complain that the transportation is still the same. You are correct. Goods in the different commercial places, even with the devaluing of the US dollars, they are still high. So the president took a number of action to affect certain areas because all of you, for example, you need electricity. Based on the tariff, your cost per kilowatt hour could be just high. So what the president thought to do is be proactive. Issue a number of executive orders, and the goal is for them to impact a different sector the executive orders will cover. So he issued executive order number 138 on tax exemption for the Liberia Electricity Corporation. And that will ensure that LEC can deliver electricity at an affordable price to the public and also expand its customer base. They will improve the transmission system and ensure that electricity is affordable for all at all times. The executive order also includes exemption from custom and duties and goods and services tax, GST, on essential shipments, materials and vehicles used for generation transmission, the distribution of fuel, and heavy fuel oil to stabilize electricity rates and support LEC transition to expand hydroelectric power. The president also issued executive order number 138 on the suspension of tariff on agricultural products. The agricultural minister is here, maybe as part of this talking point, I don't know. And equipment to increase farmers' access to high quality inputs of affordable prices, promote commercial agricultural activities, and boost productivity, enhance livelihood for rural farmers, and strengthen economic stability. He additionally issued executive order number 140 that grants exemption for custom duties on all materials required for the construction for the 17,000 premium motor spirit tank in the modesty of the art laboratory by the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company. Following the signing of the executive order, President Waka reiterated that the 3 executive order represents his unwavering commitment to addressing all the national priorities and ensuring sustainable development. He stated that the government is bent on supporting critical sector in the energy sector, agricultural sector, and petroleum sector because they are responsible for driving Liberia's development and improving the quality of life for the citizens. As the philosophers would say, death, philosophically, is not the worst humanity can endure. And so the nation mourns the death of 2 very important individuals. First, former Vice President Gray, who was the 30th Vice President of Liberia and served under President Moses Black from August 4th to October 15, 2023, to complete the unexpired presidential tenure of former President Charles Taylor. The former Vice President was a dedicated public servant and started as a classroom teacher. And later served as senator for Grand Cape County in the 51st legislature in 1997. While he was senator, the former vice president ascended as chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations, chairman non-executive, and was the Senate Majority Leader. He was a devout Christian, the former vice president, and a deacon at the Ethel Baptist Church. Also, the nation is bereaved as we mourn the passing of a warrior, a politician, and a man who history will remember for being a compelling kingmaker for a little over 2 decades. To the great people of Nima, we as a country are deeply saddened along with you. We heartily join you as you bear your pain and share this emotional moment of grief. We want to mournfully share a hymn of sorrow to the late Senator's family for such an irreplaceable loss. Indeed, the people of Nima and his family loved their fallen husband, father, uncle, grandfather, and dear relative. But in the appreciation of our abiding faith, God loves him the best. It is well. Nimba has passionately lost the man who courageously rekindled dangling hope and frustration in the midst of adversity. In spite of the individual and collective prison of interpretation of the late senator, you will be valued as the cornerstone for the safe landing of West African peacekeepers during our war. Our nation will continue to reckon the life of the man beyond President William V.S. Tubman, who has so much political influence in post-conflict Liberia. As our nation increasingly struggles with the issue of justice and accountability for those who bear the greater responsibility during our most traumatic past, history will be kind to Senator Johnson for being among the first to sign the resolution for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. Inarguably, Senator Johnson fought a good fight. May his gentle soul rest in perpetual peace, and may light perpetual shine upon him. Having said these few words, I'd like to invite my friend and brother, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Dr.